Hello, and thanks for joining this presentation from the Office of Career and Professional Development at Southern Connecticut State University. In this presentation, we're going to give you quick, simple 6 steps to really help prepare you for career and start the pathways towards career success. So first things first, you really want to take an opportunity to stop and really do some reflection through this idea of research. And so when thinking about creating and cultivating steps for your career success, learning about your industry and field is a critical step into making sure that you understand how you align with the profession, but also understanding the steps that you need to take to achieve success. So using websites such as the Bureau of Labor Statistics and other technological resources such as LinkedIn and professional networks and organizations can help give you the insights, perspectives, and opinions to really achieve career success. When thinking about conducting your own individual research, really take into account things such as work environments, what individuals do not only on a day-to-day basis, but also from a weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annual based experience to really understand the capacity for the positions in which you're searching for. You'll also want to take some time to understand the educational requirements and occupations that may be tangential or related in terms of similar applicability. When thinking about your future trajectory in terms of the industry or chosen field, pay attention to salary ranges and understanding if that's going to be something that works for you long term. And ultimately, what's the job outlook for your chosen field? And so while some things may be constant, others may be exponentially growing or growing at a faster rate, while some positions may be declining as positions may be going out of the profession long term. A resource from the Office of Career and Professional Development that we like to highlight is Focus. Focus is an online tool that is self-paced to really help you connect and understand yourself from a variety of domains. And so when we think about thinking about your career path, exploring things such as your values, your interests, your skills, and how these ideas align with majors here at Southern Connecticut State University will be incredibly important to your success. To access Focus, feel free to visit the OCPD website and use the access code ALS. After taking multiple and variety of assessments, you have the opportunity to connect with a career coach within our office to better interpret your results, but also to make meaning about how can this assessment be leveraged and utilized within your discussion with faculty and other employment partners in the community. Second, we really highly recommend that you get engaged in this idea of participating in internships or other forms of experiential learning. So when we think about this idea of internships and experiential learning, there's a variety of things that individuals can gain. So first, oftentimes, most forms of experiential learning will provide this mechanism to gain hands-on experience. And so being able to apply knowledge directly from your coursework, understanding how professionals are actually engaged in day-to-day operations, and more importantly, providing an avenue for you to reflect on, is this work that you actually want to do? When thinking about internships and experiential learning, these opportunities give you a space to gain and hone in on better skills and ultimately lead to potentially gaining better opportunities. So since you're engaging in an opportunity that gives you current knowledge, skills, and abilities, it allows you to be able to apply those sets of things in a different work environment. And ultimately, internships and experiential learning leads to a better and holistic resume. When you have experience that you can talk to about how you've contributed to an organization and how you've achieved results and success, it allows employers to see a track record of success that ultimately we can bring into an organization. What's really important to understand about internships and experiential learning is that industry standard changes from major to major and occupation to occupation. For some individuals, an internship is a great way and what's needed to be successful, while some individuals may need to engage in job shadowing or clinical observation, and while some individuals may just be better served in a part-time employment or a federal work study position. What's really important is taking the time to understand your industry research and how it relates to your next steps. So when thinking about there's a variety of ways to think about which form of internships and experiential learning exist. And so we'd recommend kind of engaging in this idea of informational interviews. And so the process of engaging in a 15 to 30-minute interview experience with a professional within your chosen industry. So that can be either a professional that you know that comes from a referral from a faculty member, or even an alumnus or an alumna of SCSU. And then not being afraid to really connect with your organizations and alumni in your field to really help build out those opportunities and capacities to really engage in this type of learning. Step 3 is that most importantly, you get connected and get connected early. Leveraging people like your academic faculty to really ask questions and gain insights about the field, careers, and occupations are going to be incredibly important as they continue to mentor and engage the new professionals that transition out of the institution. These alumni come back and share their perspectives and really hold faculty near and dear to the heart. Faculty can be great spaces to discuss what are potential internships and experiential learning opportunities that currently exist within your field, but also thinking about other forms such as volunteer opportunities, independent research, study abroad, and leadership development opportunities. And really thinking about how do we build and grow this connection and network of Southern Connecticut State University alumni, and thinking about the ways in which they can provide connections, networking, and referral opportunities for the long term. It's also really important to think about the ways that you can engage mentors and alumni when thinking about your long-term career success. When we think about mentors and alumni, they can provide opportunities for mentoring and job shadowing, and so being able to give short-term experiences and insights to help you make better decisions about, is this major, is this occupation, or is this industry right for you? When thinking about alumni and mentors, they provide a unique opportunity to share focused insight and perspective that allows you to be able to shape your career decision-making in a more positive way, and can give referrals in terms of what is trending knowledge, skills, and abilities that you may need for the future if you decide to choose this industry or vocation. When we think about mentors and alumni in general, though, they can offer new and fresh perspectives and provide insight that maybe you hadn't thought about. So are there domains of your individual identity that you may need to reflect on, or are there capacities and competencies that you really should take a better in-depth look at? Here through Southern Connecticut State University, we have a unique opportunity annually called SCSU's Alumni Professional Day. And so our Office of Alumni Relations brings back alumni from all majors and departments to really engage in conversation and connections, and to allow this space for individuals to really engage in a meaningful but also authentic way. For more information, make sure that you connect with the Department of Alumni Relations about the date and how that experience is facilitated. But here, the point that we want to emphasize is that through faculty, through mentors, and through our alumni, that when you build your network, it's really important that these pieces can serve as potential references. They can be able to refer you to experiences and be able to vouch for the experiences that you've shared to date. When we think about your collective Southern experience, it's going to be really important that you join clubs, organizations, or volunteer in the community for which you call home. When we think about employers and organizations that recruit at Southern, one of the biggest pieces of things that they really look for is the availability that students have leadership experience. This ability to apply capacity in terms of leading groups of people, planning events and programs, or just simply communicating and marketing your experience out to the larger campus community is really important. So while you're here at Southern, consider applying for an executive board position within your organization. So the positions such as secretary, treasurer, vice president, or even president. These positions that have some long-term positionality, but then more importantly, can show direct metrics and impact to the organization. If a general club and organization may not be up your alley, one of the things that you can kind of consider is really exploring an organization that may be linked to your academic department. Most departments have an academic discipline-based organization in which students can combine their interests in terms of their academic focus, while still building the community of being engaged with other students here at Southern. And so paying attention to your department's announcements and emails about when these clubs function and how they're functioning are going to be really important. And then finally, you can leverage through the Office of Student Involvement and Leadership Development a variety of ways to get connected both in the greater New Haven community and across the state of Connecticut. So ensure that you're really taking the time to really think through opportunities such as our involvement fair, our day of service, the big event, and so many more opportunities just to get connected and engaged. Through volunteer and civic engagement, you may find an organization that can provide an opportunity that may blend your interest of being committed and engaged in your local community, while also providing a space to really apply knowledge, skills, and abilities that are really important for your long-term development. A piece here that we'd like to emphasize here is that There are a variety of offices and resources that can really keep you connected. So here within the Office of Career and Professional Development, we have a platform that's called Jobs to really help really connect students to a variety of employment and volunteer opportunities that make sense for students. You can use Jobs to filter your specific needs and really be able to create independent kind of searches to meet your individual capacities for success. So for some individuals, you may be looking for summer internships within Hartford or in the greater Hartford community, while other individuals may be looking for full-time opportunities in Stanford or Fairfield County. Being able to use Jobs to create that filter is going to be really important to really finding your success. You can also use the platform OWL Connect through the Office of Student Involvement and Leadership Development to really find organizations on campus that might want to do what you are currently have an interest in doing. And so at Southern, we have a variety of over 100 student organizations that are doing phenomenal work, whether that's here on the campus, at Southern, in the greater New Haven community, or across the state of Connecticut. And not be afraid to utilize websites such as LinkedIn to really cultivate this opportunity in terms of jobs and internships. Through LinkedIn, it can be a referral space, a connection space, and an opportunity space to really be engaged in how you want to make sure you find and define your success. In terms of really thinking your long-term career trajectory, we would encourage you to really thinking about how you're cultivating and making a resume. A resume is a summary of your academic career and career history, and thinking about how you share that information with a variety of audiences. And so if you're looking to apply for a part-time job or an internship or even a full-time job, a resume is going to be a quintessential document that you need to be effective. When really thinking about developing your resume, you want to focus on your accomplishments and emphasize the results that you have achieved. And so it's one thing to say that you've been involved in organizations, it's another thing to communicate how you've directly contributed. And so when we think about resumes, the less that people have to infer about your impact and connection is going to be really critical. And of course, you want to make sure that you're including relevant and recent information. And so if you are an upcoming graduating student, necessarily information from your high school experience may not be applicable. And so really being able to focus and reflect on your time here at Southern is going to be critical. Here in the Office of Career and Professional Development, we have a digital resource called our Career Advising Handbook. We recommend students take a look at this as it contains information about making a resume, cover letter, interviewing tips and strategies, and just in terms of how you can make sure to be successful in your long-term career journey. And finally, we really emphasize that taking the time to connect with a career coach may be great for you. We encourage students start their career journey here in the Office of Career and Professional Development, their first year at Southern, but know that we're here to serve you throughout your entire tenure here at Southern. When meeting with an individual career coach, a variety of topics such as resume and cover letter writing, major and career selection, mock interviews, internships and job searching are sample topics that we can discuss. But ultimately, what career coaching is really emphasized to do is to really connect individuals with their individual career problem or issue that they're experiencing and work collaboratively to find an issue and solution. So thinking about that, a career coach experience may be the right step for you in terms of checking in and preparing yourself for future success. Here at Southern in the Office of Career and Professional Development, we also provide a variety of opportunities and events as well. So things such as our part-time job fair, our career and internship fair, and various workshops and experiences are going to be really important and another opportunity in terms of connecting and engaging with a career coach. So ultimately, the biggest thing that the Office of Career and Professional Development wants to emphasize is that we're here to help you enact and define your own definition of success. And so whether that's here short term or thinking about the long term, our staff is here to really help you. Our staff contact information is located on the slide, and we're eagerly awaiting your opportunity to really connect and engage in a way that makes sense. So feel free to connect via phone or via email, and take care.